Hi, I'm Mike, owner of the In-Groove in Phoenix, Arizona. Today I'm doing the new arrival video for April 3rd, 2026. Solid stack of new arrivals to show you guys and a couple cool pre-orders to tell you about, and I'll start there. Starting with, they're doing a couple more Rhino reserves. They're doing the Doobie Brothers, Taking It to the Streets. That comes out July 10th. And Dio's, The Last in Line, and Holy Diver. All three of those are all analog, cut from the master tape, or I think they say on the hype sticker, cut from master tapes, by Matt Luthans at the Mastering Lab. There's also a slew of other Dio non-Rhino Reserve titles coming out. It's essentially the box set that just recently came out. They're doing a break of the box set, so you can get them on splattered vinyl. But for The Last in Line and Holy Diver, you can get them as Rhino Reserves. Those are May 1st. The Doobies is July 10th. Paul McCartney has a new album coming out, The Boys of Dungeon Lane. We are getting the indie and regular vinyl variant. If it's anything like the last Paul McCartney release, there'll be 572 variants. It was absolutely nuts for Paul McCartney 3. But I actually like Paul McCartney 3. And I love Paul McCartney, and I love the Beatles. But there was a chunk of records where I thought, they weren't that good for me. It's kind of weird criticizing Paul McCartney. Like, I couldn't write his worst albums. But for Paul McCartney, For You, no good. Didn't like it. Paul McCartney was trying too hard, in my opinion. I don't know, trying to go for the new It sound, whatever the producer was after, who the hell knows. But Paul McCartney 3 was a great record, and I'm looking forward to this one. Coming out May 29th. Mobile Fidelity has announced they are doing Marquee Moon as an SACD in one step. This will be an interesting one because a lot of people complained when Kevin Gray cut the Rhino Hi-Fi from the master tape of that title. There were some complainers that it was too much deviation from the original artist's intent. I thought the artist's intent was bright and shrill, and I liked the revision of it. I'll be curious to see what Mobile Fidelity did with this title. If it's bright and shrill like the original, or if they dialed it back a little bit. We'll see. Those two titles, or that title, but both formats, SACD and LP, have a to be determined date. So typically within 3 months. Also, look at this. For 11 years, people have been asking, do you have tote bags? And I'm like, nope. Going back to 2015. Nope. I'm going to get them soon, though. Let me make a note of that. So here we are. 11 years later, in 2026, it's finally here. It's 15 bucks. It is the In-Groove tote bag. Really nice, heavy canvas. I went with the heavy duty. I think it's like a 12 or 13 or 15 ounce canvas bag. Nice. You can get about 7, 8, 9 records in there. But yeah, now available on the website for pre-order. I only got like a couple dozen. So these are going to sell out pretty quick, I would imagine. I only got a couple dozen. This was essentially a test from the company that I ordered these from to make sure that the quality was nice. I had them screen printed, and I wanted to make sure they came out nicely before I went and put a larger order in. So if they sell out right away, put a restock notification in. I will get more in really soon. But this is the first pressing, literally, because they press these. It's a screen print of that. And again, they're going to sell out quickly. I also got a new batch of these beautiful aluminum stands. They're not cheap, but they're solid aluminum. They're handmade. They're absolutely fantastic. Got these notches in there. I've showed them a few times. They sell out every time I show them. If it was an amplifier, it'd be a $100,000 amplifier. It's built to that kind of level, but they're fantastic. I kind of designed this in a way myself with him because he kind of originally had a different design. That kind of had like a double, the records went in the middle. And I'm like, no, let's chop that sucker in half. Boom, record in the front. And these are amazing. I've got now myself like 8 of them. The reason I keep selling them out is because every time he makes me a new batch, and you only get a couple from them at a time, I end up taking half of them because they're so awesome. Yeah, this is great. Not cheap. It's like 300 bucks, but it's hand machined aircraft aluminum, and they're hefty. Fantastic, cool display piece. especially if you've got like that silver face equipment or you have silver equipment, it kind of will really pop with that. Okay, from Rhino, we've got the new Rhino Reserve. Well, new to indie retail stores. This was released as a Rhino exclusive on their website. But this is John Coltrane. This is 1960 to 1964. These are all mono Rhino hi-fi titles with the French covers, which was kind of a cool concept, but they all have the French artwork. You've got Coltrane Sound, Coltrane Plays the Blues, Olé, My Favorite Things, Coltrane Jazz, and Giant Steps. All available, all analog, cut from the tapes by Kevin Gray. This is numbered to 2000, so this is the numbered box set copy. But reasonably priced, 250 bucks. They did a good job on these. Well, they've done a good job on all the Rhino hi-fis. Between the Rhino hi-fi, the Rhino Reserves, now we got the vinyl files, the DSSs, Analog Productions, Mobile Fit. We got Tone Poets. What a time to be an audiophile, to have high quality vinyl. They're everywhere. It's every week is a slew of them. Oh, the OJC is one of my favorite reissue campaigns. Hootin' and Tootin', Fred Jackson. This is a Blue Note Tone Poet all analog cut from the original master tape by Kevin Gray. Not a record that I remember listening to. I actually don't think I own this myself. I'm going to give that a listen. From OJC, also all analog cut from the master tape by Kevin Gray, we've got Thelonious Monk's In Action. Beautiful tip-on jacket. They've done a killer job of these, all pressed at RTI. Let Her Go Home, Fiona Apple. This is a 12-inch EP. Includes 3 tracks exclusive to this vinyl 12-inch. The Alan Parsons Project, The Turn of a Friendly Card. This is the clear vinyl version. Came out on black as well. These came after I filmed the video last week, so this is actually last week's new arrival. This is the black version, Eye in the Sky, with the foil cover. I showed the 45 RPM, but the 33s were delayed. And then Ammonia Avenue, this is the clear version. So the clear version of Ammonia Avenue. Robin Trower Live, 50th anniversary, mastered at Air Mastering, complete concert edition. This is the 2026 mix. So a remix of Robin Trower Live. The Fabulous Thunderbirds, Tough Enough. Absolute huge hit from the 1980s. The B-52's. This is a liquid-filled vinyl record. There's only 400 of these made. They're all numbered 1 to 400. This is 276. This is live in 1998. I think this came out originally as a record store day version, but now they're doing it as a liquid-filled record. Jimi Hendrix Experience. This is the 1 LP edition of Live at Winterland. I guess this came out, is this a box set originally? I think this is the 1-disc version of what was in the box set. So kind of like the greatest hits of Winterland. So yeah, Fire, Foxy Lady, Hey Joe, Are You Experienced, Purple Haze. And they did the same thing with the BBC sessions. The 1 LP version, both mastered by Bernie Grundman. What is this? Ray, this music may contain hope. This is the indie vinyl exclusive. It's kind of cool. It's featuring 17 songs, including musical collaborations with Hans Zimmer and Al Green. A little cutout cover and everything. Caliuches Sin Madio. The Budos Band. Indie edition translucent lava colored vinyl. Their iconic debut remaster, all analog from the original tapes by Ryan Smith at Sterling Sound. On Daptone. Even Daptone is getting into the all-analog movement. Fantastic. Good record, too. Peach PRC. Porcelain is the name of this record on Pearl Dawn vinyl. Bon Iver. Volumes 1. Death Cab for Cutie. Something About Airplanes. Black vinyl with a die-cut jacket. Arlo Parks, Ambiguous Desire. Good Kid, Can We Hang Out Sometime? This is the indie vinyl exclusive. The Weight of the Woods, Dermot Kennedy on Interscope and Island. Same thing, this is the black vinyl version. The other one was the transparent green vinyl version. Irreversible Entanglements, Future, Present, Past. This is the indie vinyl exclusive with a poster. These are on Impulse. And this is the non-indie version without the poster. Ali and Karaf Megarban, Tikkarat on Habibi Funk, a label. Jazz is Dead, Volume 20. This is the colored vinyl version. A lifelike experience for the audiophile. That's what the hype sticker says. Antonio Carlos and Jacafe. Adrian Youngage and Ali Shahid Mohammed. We've got Hit Boy and The Alchemist, Goldfish. Nas and DJ Premier, Light Years, the Red Sunset vinyl variant. Load of Spanish records this week. This is one of them. Roberto y su nueva Montuno. That's quite the cover. They're like, all right, fellas, I got an idea. Grab your instruments, take your shirt off, and go out in the ocean. We're going to take a photo. This is on Vampy Soul. First legitimately licensed and remastered vinyl edition of this legendary salsa classic from Puerto Rico. John Holt, 1000 Volts of Holt on Trojan, green vinyl. Tim Maia's fantastic. Classic Brazilian artist, kind of up there with Caetano Veloso. This is on Vampy Soul as well. It's Arbor Day, Charlie Brown. Vince Guaraldi. 2 complete Vince Guaraldi soundtracks on one 12-inch 33 RPM LP. Andrew Lloyd Webber's Cats. 2 LP set on yellow vinyl. Mississippi John Hurt live at the Oberlin on translucent turquoise vinyl. Corrosion of Conformity, Good God, Bad Man on Nuclear Blast Records. Sunno from Sub Pop. This is the Loser Edition, which is a first pressing. That is their definition of a first pressing. They call them Loser Editions. This is on colored vinyl. Now we're getting into a load of metal. Huge Cannibal Corpse reissue series coming out of, where is this? Out of the EU, so Germany. I guess these are German pressings. All on white vinyl. We've got Vile. Cannibal Corpse, Eaten Back to Life. Again, these are all white vinyl. Cannibal Corpse, The Bleeding. King Diamond, same thing. White vinyl, all imports. This is In Concert 1987. This is a double. We've got Abigail 2, The Revenge. Metal Blade Records. King Diamond, Give Me Your Soul, Please. That's a double as well. Another double. Deadly Lullabies, Alive. Abigail. Conspiracy. Oh, look at that. D was nice to censor that for us so I don't get the YouTube police after me. This is Merciful Fates, self-titled, import 12-inch EP. Same thing on white vinyl from Metal Blade. Oh my God, now we're Cannibal Corpse, King Diamond, now we're into the Merciful Fate. Melissa. Don't Break the Oath. I think they just decided to release all the Metal Blade catalog in a couple of weeks because that's what it seems like. The Beginning. We're just going to do it all at once. Time. Merciful Fate, number 9. Number 9. Number 9. Number 9. Let's see, more Merciful Fate. In the Shadows. And this is a double. Dead Again, all on white vinyl. Okay, now we're looking at restocks. I have ordered an absolute monumental amount of restocks this coming up week. We're really bulking up for Record Store Day. Record Store Day orders have already started coming. There should be some upcoming videos on that stuff here shortly. But as part of the restocks, I'm going to show you some of the highlights of the restocks. Van Morrison, this is the Rhino Reserve of Moondance. Hot Seller, Harry Styles' newest album. Kiss All the Time, Disco Occasionally. Another hot album, Bad Bunny, the newest album. From Rhino Reserve of the self-titled America with a Horse with No Name. A lot of Rhino restock. Sturgill Simpson's A Sailor's Guide to the Earth, Rhino Reserve title. Got a restock of Elvis, That's the Way It Is. This is the Legacy Edition, limited to 1,500 copies on crystal clear vinyl. Number 455. My opinion, the greatest debut album of all time. That is The Doors' self-titled. Can't beat it. All analog. Cut from the safety master in this case, because the master tape no longer exists, of the original master. So the safety of the original master, all done by Kevin Gray from tape. Sounds amazing. Same thing here. Black Sabbath, Paranoid, all analog, cut by Kevin Gray. And Draghello, ZZ Top, Rhino Hi-Fi. One of the first two, I think this was part of the original batch of Rhino Reserve titles. This is Eddie Hazel's Game Dames and Guitar Thangs. Great record. Eddie Hazel from Funkadelic. Great funky, killer guitar work. He did Maggot Brain, the guitar work on Maggot Brain. There's a great cover of the Mamas and Papas California Dreamings. California Dreaming and the Beatles' I Want You, She's So Heavy. Jeff Buckley's Grace. This recently just came out, but sold out right away. Hawkwind, the self-titled album. Peter Gabriel, In the Big Room. New album from Peter Gabriel. Another title that just came out but sold out right away. The self-titled Jaco Pastorius. One of the absolute best bass players of all time in any genre of music. Dream Theater, Live in Tokyo, 2010. And last, all analog, cut from the master tape. I think Chris Bellman did this. Neil Young with Crazy Horse. Everybody knows this is Nowhere. All right, guys, all of this stuff can be purchased online on the website at theingroove.com. Until next time.